Hey everyone, happy Monday, start of the week. Hope you're doing great. I was able to do some research over the weekend for some of the stuff that I was seeing and actually uh, got some stuff resolved, which I'm pretty happy about. I was able to talk to the Quart founder, Phil Jones. He's super responsive on the GitLab. Not the GitLab. It's what's the name of that application? I just forgot. It's called Gitter IM. This is actually. Let me see if I can. I might have to like log in here. Oh no, there it is. This is actually my questions, and he replied back here. So he was telling me that the Quart client has a session transaction attribute. So that was part of this test that wasn't working, which was the test user when you um, when you log in. I wanted to check that the user session has been set to the user ID, which is 1. So it turns out you just to create test client dot session transaction as session, and that enters kind of like a context, and that context then you can like just get the any session that you have set. So that's working fine. The other thing that I figured out was that sometimes when I'm doing redirects, I think that one is more on the test relationship one. Um, See, I had something where I was following user 2, and then I did the body await. But the problem is that this view has a redirect to the refer, and the refer is null because we're just hitting that like directly from there. So I was immediately trying to assert that there was a flashed message saying followed user 2 in the body, and it was not showing that. So that was failing as well, and so I just had to like do a visit to your users page again, await the response for the get data, assign it to body, and then assert that, because the flash messages are stored until you hit a new page on Quart and Flask as well. So that's working fine. And I think the other thing I figured out is that the on Visual Studio Code, I don't know if you noticed on some of the streams that it was showing that there was no interpreter like selected, and that's because we have these things inside a container, but also through pipenv. So that was kind of like messing stuff a little bit. And I had this setting on Bash profile where I was see if I can still have it here. Yeah. So I had this set up to set BENV in project, so inside the QuartFeed directory, and that was messing things up because that directory was also being copied to the container, as you saw. So I added these instructions to delete the VENV if it's locally set. So I just opted to get it out of the folder, and then it creates that in another directory, which is this one here: user Jorge Escobar, local share virtual ems with a random number, etc. But that's where the Python um, executable is. So now I could tell Visual Studio Code to go look in that direction, and now it everything works. So yeah, lots of little fixes that were um, kind of like annoying and things that I had left over. But now if we run the tests, everything is passing at the moment. So that's definitely a good feeling. So there you go. So with that out of the way, I wanted to continue working on the profile edit, and essentially where we left off was we were getting the information from the user, and right here, user edit. I'm going to change this because like I mentioned, the edit, like if a user is called edit, this is going to be like conflicting. So I'm going to change this to profile edit. Even though profile doesn't exist, we could make it so that if you hit just profile, you get into your own user, but that's like your username. But I think this is good enough, so we don't have like any conflict on if a user is called edit and it just like randomly like errors out. So we're gonna do that. And thankfully, because we're using URL 4, those links should be updated. So let's start the containers. Oh, I need to like stop like my works containers. And that's the other thing I found out, that you can multi-select with like a command, and then just to alt click stop, and that'll stop all the containers at once, which is pretty useful. Now we have our two containers, the QuartFeed web and the MySQL one. And if I go to my view profile, that's it. There's the edit profile. See how it says profile edit? You might not be able to see it. It's a very little on the corner. But that updated the URL automatically. So, okay, so what happens now? You're going to be able to send the username. And the username is being received here on the post. Username, right? If there's no username, please enter a username. So let's check that the errors work. So if I do this, oh, it says method not allowed. Profile edit. Oh, I have to change the routes, I guess. Wait, what? No. Yeah, methods, get and post. Profile edit. methods. Right, so we're getting an error there. There's a nicer like bootstrap danger message that I'm gonna be looking for. I think it's called alerts. Yeah, I like this better. Alert danger. And we should change that. I think we have the same thing on the profile. Oh, that's weird. There's no errors in here. Oh, this is the profile. No, I'm talking about the register. Yeah. And I'm not sure if we have it somewhere else. I don't think so. There's no other forms so far. Profile. No, this is good. Okay. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this is much nicer, more visible. And then, so remember how we sometimes we use import PDB set trace. Let me see something. I think I enabled it. So you can enable it here, and you can put like a stop in here. But I'm not sure if I enable. You have to like set up the environment of this thing. Python Quart manage PY. It looks like it is set up. So let's try that here. The only thing is, no, I don't think it's gonna work because this is gonna run using the local environment, not through Quart. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's not gonna work. So that's the one nice thing to have your things like running locally is getting the oh, there's a lot of noise on the green screen. I think it's because I don't have enough light. Let me see something here. Yeah. It's a little too bright. Oh, that's the minimum. So yeah, I was saying that's the nice thing about running stuff like locally is the that you can do like this, like, and there might be a way to set it up so that it can like pause things or do PDB with like a Docker container. something to research, or if any of you know how to do it, definitely let me know. So I just want to see that it's getting the right information here. So I'm gonna do a PDB. And this is kind of a little annoying that black does this formatting change. And also there might be a way to ignore PDB. So the only thing is that we have to attach another screen to this. So we need to open a new tab. Oh, that's too small. Shell. There you go. That's nice. So we'll do docker attach. And here's where it's going to show up when we do PDB. So let's set up a username. We're logged in as Escobar. Let's do Escobar2. Edit profile. Now it's perfectly stopped in there. So it's stopping in here. So we haven't done the statement, and I guess it already checked that there was no user. So we can actually inspect that and do user row. Oops. So it's empty because it didn't find anyone. So let's see what this statement looks like. Oh, it says additional argument should be name, dialect name, argument, got username. So we actually have an error. Additional argument should be name, dialect name, got username. Oh, this is for the update, right? Yeah, I assume that you could just like look for the update here. Where do we do an update? I don't think we do updates yet. We do updates on the Quart boilerplate. Update none. Wow, that is weird. Counter table update none, values count equals count. Oh, I guess it updates all the values. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I know what it is. We have to pass this as user user table dot c dot username. Something that I don't necessarily remember all the time. Let's see if black formats this. No, it's not user table. What is it? Yeah, user table. Keyword can be an expression. So it's this. No, that is it. So I think this is like the condition, like update those uh, records where the user table dot column dot username equals the session username. So that should work. Well, as you can see, the container stopped because there was a major error. So we'll start it again. And we'll attach again on this one. Okay. We can do a reload here because it's a post, so it'll resend just like the same information. So let's go to our PDB statement. Right, so that worked. There's a way to like see the query. Argument, description, execute, get children. I don't know what select does. Values. Update object. I mean, it looks good. We can also look, check the SQL Pro. So right now it's still sfoobar. Okay. So let's do next. Commit and then do continue. And we're not seeing the profile was edited flash. Oh, I guess because we didn't reload the page. But let's check it out. Oh, one thing that we should update is this username because now it says sfoobar2. Let's see in the database if this worked. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. There's no increased size here. No. Sorry guys, it's very tiny, but it does say sfoobar2, so that worked. Cool. I'd like to get a message here though that the profile was updated, so maybe we can send the user back to their profile page. So we'll do a return redirect. So here it should say edit the profile. If not error, right. return redirect URL for, and that would be profile with a second parameter of the new profile, which is username. So let's see if that part works. So I'm going to edit this again. Actually, let me take out the PDB so we know that works. Is the container running? Invalid postcode contents. That's a weird error. I didn't edit it, so oh, I think your for profile anchor. URL profile. Yeah, this is what we used on the templates. Not this one. On say nav bar. Username equals. Oh, so I need to put username equals. Yeah, that's right. Now that's quickly thing disappears. The only thing that I don't understand is why it's not updating it on the database. Yeah, something is not right. And we have to write a test for this anyways. So, oh, it's because it's going against the session. Right on. So here we have to definitely change the session name. So let's do it here. Update session. Oh, no, this should say username. Or no, wait. So if it's passing the, let's say that we're logged in as S4bar, and I'm doing an update to S4bar 2, I want to get the user that has the old session and update it with the new. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is okay. But we definitely want to change the session afterwards. So maybe that's what's not happening. Right now we have the session as sfoobar, but it should be sfoobar too, and it's not finding the record. So let's do this. Update session with new username. So session of user name equals username, and that should pick up the changes. So let's just log out and log in again. The flash messages appear. sfoobar2 and our password. Log in. Okay. So if we're in sfoobar2, there it is. Let's edit the profile, and now I want to be named use sfoobar. Perfect. That's the flow. Cool. Hi to everyone that's watching. We're coding this QuartFeed application, which is a mix between Twitter and real-time application that we're building on Python Quart. I usually try to get in at 5 p.m. These days I'm trying Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but it's better if you just put on your notification bells, and so you get notified when I'm on, because that can change without any notice. So that works. So we should check in this code. And we're still on step 8. So I think we should write some code, some tests. Test user. And we'll leave the views open. So let's do another one here. So we're gonna do test profile edit. And oh god, it looks like I ran out of mouse energy. Let's see how long it takes to reload. Let's try just doing keyboard shortcuts and see how far we go. So we're gonna do response await. So what are we gonna do? We want to test that if we enter an existing user, we can't edit the profile. By the way, I don't know if I need create all in here. Do I? I'm just seeing that. I might need create all because create DB. Create this tab. Where's create all? Can't remember that. That's not in here. Oh, it's this one here. Create all. Engine, create engine. Yeah, this is something that I'm not sure. This is when I was kind of like under the impression that this metadata was gonna be just for user, but it's not really. It's the whole application metadata. It would be a weird scenario where you have like multiple metadata objects. So I think we could move this to conf test and just, I don't know why we have to include it in all the tests. That's the only thing that I'm not sure about. Because it says scope module, so it's gonna be run once for all this. For all this like test functions. Anyhow, something to investigate later. So I wanna yeah, I wanna first say no fields entered. So I wanna just like post an empty request. So client post. What will you call it? Profile edit. And this is something that you need to be careful. See how we're like hard coding the URLs here? There's no, I believe, no way that we can import a URL for at this level on the test. So, well, let's say that we have an empty username here. And the message that we should get is username. What was it? Not relationship, user views. Please enter username. I wonder how you can switch tabs in Visual Studio Code. I'm trying like Command Option. Nope. Command Shift Tab. Nope. Command tab definitely doesn't work because that's the application switcher. Control tab. Oh, that's it. Control tab. That's a good one to remember. Assert, and we just copied the message. Please enter username and string. So let's see if we can run the tests. No, control tab is what most applications use. This is working also here. So let's control C this. And but I don't want to run all the tests. So you can actually select which test to run. Oh, it's not redirecting. Follow. What's the keyword? Follow redirects. I'm not getting the error here. I'm not seeing what the contents is. I'm gonna print that out. Print str of body, and let's just run the PyTest user. Let's see if I enter user test. User, oh, test user. Let's see if I enter test user only. Okay, so let's see what. I don't know how I'm gonna scroll up here. See if I have enough juice on the mouse. There you go. It's saying action. It's not showing the error. Flash messages. Row. Wait, password? I think I'm hitting the wrong endpoint. Profile edit. Yeah, it's profile edit here. So it's posting this, and then it's getting register. Maybe I'm missing something here. It has username, enter username, and then password. So it's like it's going to the registration page. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not logged in. Let's see what the header looks like. It looks like you're not logged in because it's the login page. Yeah, that's what's happening. It's trying to edit a profile and we're not logged in. So we need to log in first. What? Where's the login here? What's the user dict? It's test user. So let's use test user, yeah. So I'm gonna say login. And then it should say, yeah, that should work. After it's logged in, it should then be able to profile edit. There you go. So we can take this print out. So no field center is the first one. Then we're gonna do, I don't know if we still have, I think between tests, I think the database is still on, so we should still have this test user 2 user, but we'll try. So we'll do collision with test user 2. So I'm gonna put test user 2 here. What happened? Copy. And the error message we should get is username already exists. Save. Do I look too white? It's like I need to like tone down the brightness of this. I don't see any changes in there. Neither there. Like there should be a way to lower the intensity of it, right? Let's see if I have filters or properties. No, that's the one I was looking at. Filters. Effects. Chroma key. Nope. Oh well. Sorry about that. It looks really like white. But let's continue here. So here we had an assertion error. What happened here? Maybe the user is not in the system. Well, let's print out what the body. Edit profile. Oh yeah, so there's no test user 2. So I think what's happening is every time we call this create all, I think it's creating all the tables from scratch. Although that doesn't make sense, because then how is it logging in here? Print str body. You know, we could do is like freeze the or get the user here. There's this function that I copied and pasted here that lists all the users. But I think I have to do this with a context. Let's see. Async. See what happens there. Create test tab is not defined. Ah, crap. Let's This was working before. Connection, listener query select. But I think I changed something in here. SQL expression object expected got object of type list instead. I mean, I want to be able to check out the users that we have. The other thing we could do is just do import PDB set trace, and we can actually, because it's frozen in time, we could potentially view the test database that's been created. So let's see if that works. So if we go here, oh, it's not showing up in there. There should be one called QuartFeed underscore test. Or at least I thought. Let's see if I refresh this. That's weird. Because it's created temporarily and then it's destroyed. See, we get a connection. Connection. There's no like database in there. Username query. Oh, here's the error. SQL expression object expected. I think this before this was just like select. Let's see if that works. And then it was complaining on the other file that user, like there was no select, so I added user table. So let's try that. User table. So take this out. And I think, see, we have select here on the top. Yeah, I saw the users flash by in there. See, it's only test user, huh? That's weird. Like I was expecting to have this user that we created here. Where is it? Test user not found. Wrong password. Test successful login. Test. Missing fields. No, I don't see test user 2. Oh, here it is. User not. Oh, we don't create a test user 2. That's what's going on. Sorry. I think I create that on the test relationship. That's where I create the test user 2, I think. Yeah, see. Okay, so we'll create a test user 2 then. No fields entered. Collision with test user 2. So we'll do client post register user 2 or test user 2. Now, I don't think that you get logged out if you do this, but we'll see. Position agreements, but one was given. Yeah, I think I'm not. User dict. Is that what we used? I think I have to pass username. Test user 2 user dict. So test user 2 username. Test user 2. Try editing with test user 2. Oops. Perfect. Whew. And now the last one would be making sure that the edit picks up. So what I want to do is I want to say this is a successful edit. So I'm going to say form username test user. What should we call this? Test user edited. And then what do we tell the user when it's successful? Profile edited. Profile edited. And we can also assert that there's an @ sign with the user's name in it, because that's what the session is changed to. Test user edited. Let's see. And that's my wife doing singing exercises. Hopefully you don't I mean, it's a good background music, I guess, but I hope that it doesn't get flagged with copyright issues. All right, so that all looks good. We could test that the session is changed. So that would be username equals, what's going on? Is equal to test user edited. Okay, that should be enough tests. And we're hitting the 1 hour mark, so awesome. Let's delete this, although this is really useful having this snippet, but we can always grab it from the user views. One last test. And let's test the whole thing. Cool. Let's commit this. Wow, we only change test user. I thought we changed user views. Tests completed. Well, I think that's step 8. This is, I had homepage initial stuff, but I didn't do too much, so I'm not marking that as the main thing that we did on step 8. So finally, we're gonna be looking at step 9, which is the profile image, which is sort of like a little bit of a unknown territory for me in the Quart environment. I haven't even done it in my work application, like the company's application. So I'm expecting that we're gonna get some issues there, because again, Flask allows you to do a lot of things with image, but I don't know how much Quart does. shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. And we can also always ask PG Jones on the Gitter chat. Cool. I think that's it for this session. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you Wednesday at 5, if not tomorrow. But definitely put on those notification bells. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.